And we are on. Hello, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. So, my name is Linda Murray Bullard. They call me the business plug. And tonight, we're coming on a couple of minutes early, but that's okay because really, usually we're a few minutes late. So, this is kind of going to weigh out. But what I want to do is, before we start, I want to have a moment of silence for my friends and my family member, for Louise Bell, who lost her cousin, Carl McClendon, and for my girlfriend, my business partner. She's always there, my ride or die, my nonprofit fiscal sponsor, April Boozer, who is over Father to the Fatherless. So, for just a moment, we're going to have a moment of silence for them, and then we're going to start the program. Amen. And now, with that done, we're ready to begin tonight. I am so excited. Yay! I'm so excited. You guys are going to love this. You're going to love this. I want to introduce to you my TSP family, Amani channel. So, Amani, I'm going to let you do the rest of the introduction on your own.
Well, cool. Thank you so much, Linda. I want to just say thank you for having me on, for sharing me with your audience. I'm very passionate about video production. I've worked in the news broadcasting business for about 20 plus years. So tonight I have a very special presentation. As a matter of fact, you're the first ones to see this presentation that I just put together, and it's about how to create DIY videos. So yeah, well, if it's cool, I'll just jump right into it because I'll
Jump
explain
right
more.
in.
Is that cool? All right, so let's
Absolutely.
let me share my screen with you. And let me know if y'all
Oh,
can see that. Now, I can't see the chat. So if y'all just want to chat with Linda, and
absolutely.
if you have any questions, please save them till the end because I know you guys are going to have plenty of questions. But
Absolutely.
as you can see, this is all about how to make DIY videos like a pro. We're entering 2020. So hopefully you have your plan for the fourth quarter all in place and you're executing that. But if you haven't jumped on the video train, now's the time to get started because video is only going to continue to get bigger and better. I've been touting online video for the past 10 years or so in the online space, but a lot of folks are just getting on board with going live on Facebook. Maybe you've thought about it, but you're just a little challenged to do so. Maybe you don't know about the gear and all of that, but at the end of the day, you can attract leads, fans, and followers. And my whole thing is about serving more, selling more, and sharing more. And I always put service first because I believe that if you serve more people, that's going to lead to sales, and that's going to encourage you to share more information. It's going to be like a cycle. And my platform is called Video Fearless, and I call it that because I want all of us to fear making videos just a little bit less, right?
That's
So,
great. That's great
so,
stuff.
so if you fear making videos just a little bit less, each time you make a video, it should get easier and easier. So that's my whole idea behind that. So my goal by the end of this presentation, this is my big promise to you, is that I want to teach you how to make engaging videos like a pro easily without wasting your money, your time, and this is to attract followers, fans, and prospects. So how does that sound good to you all? Are you excited about the sounds of that? I hope you are. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it now. So of course, my name is Amani Channel. These are some pictures of me. There's my family at the top. So this is my little bio. This is a little abridged version. So I'm a self-proclaimed video geek, all right? So I'm not really a nerd. I'm more of a geek. And some folks, when I was in college, they call me Cool Cali, but I'm really more of a nerd or a geek. So don't worry about that. I'm a baseball dad. So that picture at the top is of me, my wife, and my son. We're at an Atlanta Braves game. Even though I'm from the Bay Area, I'm an Oakland A's fan, but I'm in Atlanta, so I got to root for the Braves. And I'm a broadcaster, so I've worked in the broadcasting field for 20 plus years. I've been featured on outlets like NPR, CNN, Fox News, the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. I currently work at Fox 5 here in Atlanta, so I am a current news professional. I'm a current broadcaster, so this isn't like I've worked in the media in the past. Like this is my bread and butter. So in addition to of course working in the media, I also love to teach, and I'm an award-winning producer. I've worked on projects for Chick-fil-A, Visa, IHG, just to mention a few. I've also been nominated for an Emmy. So I'm a professor and a mentor and a coach. So I've worked in this field for 23 years as a professional. So those are just some pictures from my past. I happened to run into Oprah Winfrey back in my early news days. And those are some pictures of my broadcasting past, just so you know that I'm the real deal. All right, so these are, oops, let me go back here. So these are some pictures from, I'll take a walk down memory lane. So these are just some of the folks that I've run into. These are some pictures of my media past, and I've you know, ran across John Gruden, and there's me and Tyrese, and there's some pictures of my early news days when I really struggled. That top picture of me looking down was when I really struggled as a news reporter. I'm gonna share more about that story in just a second. Of course, I spent some time with Oprah Winfrey, and those are some various pictures. So this is what I know and love. This is like the only thing I know how to do is make videos. So just know that you're in good hands. All right, but now we're going to talk about you. I didn't want to spend a whole lot of talking about myself because this is all about you and your own abilities to make videos, right? So that's a big stop sign, right? Because I thought this picture was very fitting because as you're approaching your road to success, and when you talk about making videos, what are some things that stop you from making videos? Just think about that for a second. Maybe you can put them in the chat, let Linda see what your responses are, and then I have some ideas as well. So go ahead and put in the chat what some of your challenges are with making videos. At the end of this presentation, I'll go back and review your comments because I can't see them right now. But this is what I hear from folks. The professional production is just too costly. The video equipment costs a lot, that it's challenging to use, that the equipment is overwhelming. Some people don't know what to say. They don't know how to present themselves. They don't feel comfortable putting themselves out there. So these are all common things that I've heard. Some people don't like their voice, right? I mean, how many people have, like when I first heard my voice, when I recorded my first time I heard my voice on playback, I was like, I don't sound like that.
Yeah,
Like that does not.
I hear that from new business owners all the time. In fact, it's pitch season in Chattanooga, so I've been coaching some people in pitching, and I tell them, I want you to video it and send me the video, right? And they're like, "Oh no, I don't want to do that, Linda. I don't want to do that. Can't you just watch me do it?" Yeah, people are very shy when it comes to the camera.
Not only they're shy, but they're just self-conscious. I mean, they don't want to look stupid, of course, on video. They're worried about people not liking theirs. There's a lot of things that prevent people from getting started with video. So I've done a few things right in my career. That's one of the promos. I'm a promotions producer currently, so I don't work in front of the camera anymore. I used to do that in a past life. Now I produce promotions for Fox 5. This is one of the promos that I produce. That's Elise Edie and Joanne Feldman, who are two of the anchors at Fox 5. So I like write, shoot, and edit now.
Yeah.
So you can see that, I kind of know what I'm doing, right? I'm not saying that I know all the answers, that that I can do everything. Like I have some colleagues that are actually sharper than me, but I've done a few things right, but I've done a lot of things wrong. And this is an example. So it looks kind of washed out, right? The video just looks awful. And so this is back in like 2001 or two. I was working in Tampa, Florida, and I got my first like prosumer video camera. And I told my brother worked with the station with me. I was like, let's go do a documentary on the Super Bowl that was going to be in Tampa. It was the Baltimore Ravens versus the New York Giants. So I grabbed my camera. We went out and shot a bunch of video. And I showed it to a bunch of my news colleagues, and they were like, hey, it looks kind of amateurish. They were like, it doesn't really, and we shot it in autofocus. I didn't always use a microphone, so there were a lot of things wrong with this project, but I did get it done. I was kind of proud of it. I'm still proud of it because, I mean, we went and finished something. We started and finished it, but it wasn't really a great project. It didn't really tell a good story. So I learned the hard way. And the hard way in terms of making videos is to just wing it, right? You kind of just try to make it up as you go along. You maybe don't prepare adequately. You have low production value. You don't have an impactful message. And so those are all challenges, right? And I'm going to back that slide up one more time so that stuff can sink in. Once again, if you wing it, you don't prepare adequately. These are all things that I'm going to help you understand why it's important to do in this presentation. So you can't wing it. You gotta prepare. You gotta have some production value, and you gotta have an impactful message. So that's what I learned through my time in front of the camera and behind the camera. And so after doing this for 20 years, this is kind of what I've sort of specialized in now, in terms of my coaching and my mentoring. So I teach people techniques to produce high quality videos with a minimal budget. So you don't really need to spend a lot to create high quality videos. I've developed a fast method of teaching students how to create professional looking DIY videos. And then I've also developed a formula for rapidly removing procrastination and anxiety by eliminating fear. So do those things, do any of those three things
Those
sound?
sound pretty good to me there, Amani. I tell you what, because it sounds like the answer to a lot of the people that I talk to is prayers.
I think so. And so if you don't mind just putting in the chat which one of these three points resonate with you the most? I love to go back and review and see what resonates with you the most. And so are you ready to learn how to eliminate or to get better at all these three things? Go ahead and put yes if you're ready to learn. All right, because that's what I'm gonna teach you. But first, before I do that, there are some video myths out there, right? So these are some things that people think. The first myth is that professionals create awesome marketing and business videos. Now, is that true? Well, some professionals can produce great marketing and business videos, but really professional video producers are good at producing videos. So they can maybe work with you on honing your messaging. They can work with you on having high quality production in terms of the shots that look good and sound good. But at the end of the day, you probably know your business better than any sort of video producer that you could hire. You know the pain points of your audience. And though you can communicate that with a professional producer, if you don't have the budget, then why would you even talk to a professional? Because professional production, it can be costly, right?
Yes, it can.
All right, so this is myth number 2, is that you need expensive equipment or professional experience to make videos. Now that can be true, but really, how many of you watch YouTube or watch other folks who make videos on YouTube? A lot of that video content is called user generated content, where
Yeah.
the users are actually the ones creating the videos, and a lot of those users have little to no experience professionally producing videos. They're just experts in their field. They've kind of dabbled with the equipment. They've kind of figured some things out, and they're just trying to share some information. They're trying to help people solve a problem. I remember one time I knocked my side view mirror off my car, and I was in a parking garage, and I cut it too tight, and it knocked my side view mirror off. So I went to the junkyard and I bought another side view mirror, but I'm not a kind of mechanical dude. So I went and looked on YouTube, and there's a tutorial on how to remove the door panel, how to install the side view mirror, and I just followed the step-by-step instructions that someone created the video about. It wasn't professional, but it was good enough to help me get my new side view mirror on, and
Absolutely. It
it
answered
worked
your
fine,
problem,
right?
right? Yeah.
So you don't need professional experience to make videos, all right? Now, the third myth is that your videos need to be perfect, and your message and quality needs to be perfect as well. The reason why that's a myth is because, first of all, none of us are perfect. All right. You might look at television and say, oh, but that actor or that commercial is so perfect in terms of their messaging. Well, you have to think about it. When it comes to actors, they're doing multiple takes. Any sort of commercial, they're doing multiple takes. They have a ton of people that have worked on a production, including professional actors. There's professional crews. I mean, the whole goal of that is to be picture perfect. So while the stuff you see on TV might be perfect, we as individuals are not perfect,
Absolutely.
and being perfect actually will, if you're imperfect in your videos, it's actually going to increase the amount of relatability you're going to have with your audience. So they're going to be like, oh, that person's just like me. So you don't have to
Exactly.
be perfect in either your message or your quality. People will actually be really forgiving about your quality as long as you're providing value, you're helping them solve a problem. All right. So hopefully this has dispelled or helped adjust how you approach or think about video making, because it's all mindset, right? Making videos, I say it's 80% mindset, and then after that is 20% execution, and I can help you with both of those things. So if you're able to get the mindset things worked on, then video production will almost become simple.
Mm.
All right, so now, before I move forward, I do want to talk to you about producing a professional video, because you may have thought, you want to hire a professional crew. You may have thought about hiring, like I've done professional productions, like I work with professional brands. I currently produce videos professionally. So if you wanted to hire me, like to help you produce your video, I'd be more than happy to. Now, this particular gentleman, his name is Derek Halpern. He had a brand called Social Triggers TV. Now, he doesn't currently make content or blog under this brand anymore. He's moved on to it was a sales channel on YouTube, but now he's moved on to I think he's moved on to organic supplements, as he has a supplements business now. But this is back when he was creating videos. This is one of his professionally produced videos, and he said to produce just one video for Social Triggers TV, which I release at no cost to you. I need to test new ideas, write scripts, rehearse, film, edit. At the end, it costs around $1,000 to produce just one episode of his video content.
Wow.
Now, I don't know about you all, but I don't have I work in TV, but I don't have $1,000 just to throw around to produce one video. Like, I
Absolutely.
really don't.
Yeah.
So what I've developed is a fast method of creating do-it-yourself, high-quality videos Like most of my videos I create in my home studio, right where I am right now. I use a webcam. I use some basic lighting. I have a microphone, which you might not be able to see. But you know, if you're able to invest in some basic equipment that doesn't cost a whole lot, you can create high quality content that will add value, that will build your brand, that will allow you to serve more, sell more, and share more really quickly here. All right, so are you guys ready to learn more now? Go ahead and
Yes.
say yes in the chat.
Put your yes in the chat. And I'm
All
looking for
right,
you people who are on my watch party. So we have a watch party going on as well. So if you're in the
awesome.
watch party, then please put your yeses below, because if you have any questions on how to do your videoing, then he's hit, like I brought you a professional, okay? So if you have any hangups, any questions, no questions off guard, go ahead and ask your questions about videoing, about how to push past your fears, how to push past your perfections or imperfections, or however you want to list it.
Mm-hmm.
We're ready.
Definitely. So these are some more mythbusters, right? So this guy, he's actually a prison vlogger. So he has a bunch of tattoos. You see the tattoos around his neck. He's one of the guys who I actually follow on YouTube. But yes, he produces awesome content, right? And so he talks, he spent like, I think 8 to 10 years in prison. He's a real cool guy though. He's a family guy. He lives in Virginia. He straightened his life out. His channel is called 23 in Lockdown 23 and 1. So when he first started making his YouTube videos, the picture on the left is kind of what his videos used to look like. So he was just in his home studio. I suspect he was using a webcam. His lighting was okay, but he's continued to grow. So this is his starting. And the picture on the right there is what his videos look like now. So he's just continued, as he's learned about making videos, he's just stepped up his production. So
Absolutely.
he's not a professional by any means, but he's producing high quality content. I think he has like 400,000 subscribers. He's really one of the more successful, I know yeah, prison vloggers, right? What would be interesting about him? But he tells awesome stories. He's a great storyteller. He lets other people come on his channel and tell their stories. And I'm all about storytelling, right? Because in video, you kind of have to be a great storyteller. So I just appreciate the stories that he brings and the value that he brings. So, but like I said, you don't have to be a professional. So that's one of the myths, all right? I have another example for you right there. All right. So this is a kid, right? I don't even know his channel, but he has 21 million views
Wow.
of
I
that
see
video.
that. Wow.
I assume that he's in
I
a
see
home
that.
studio. A lot of these kid vloggers are really successful, like the ones who do like toy open boxes and toy reviews, because a lot of kids, that's all they don't have a lot of time. So they can just, they're not like us professionals where they might not have a lot of time to watch YouTube. Even when my son was younger, he used to like to watch like toy videos or open box
Mm.
videos of toys. But this kid is not a professional, but yet I'm sure he is making bank. If you get 21 million views off a video on YouTube, you're pretty successful vlogger or content creator. And then the guy on the right, he is a real estate vlogger, and his channel is called House Flipping Guide. This is just a simple video that he created with his iPhone, I assume, because he was in his car driving around. He has 120,000 views on that particular video, and the date there, it's been up there for more than a year. It says April 5th of 2018. The
Mm-hmm.
video on the left was created in February 15th, 2017. So it is a little bit older, but still it's amazing that these people are independent. They're not professionals, but they can get that much attention from their videos. This is just to
Mm-hmm.
show you that you don't have to be professional. You don't have to have professional equipment to be really successful. As long as you find your niche, you're providing value and you're providing valuable content to your audience.
That's good stuff.
Move on to my last slide here. All right, so this is me now. All right, so that's me. That's a couple different images there. That's me in my home studio, my home office there. I'm using my iPhone to record this video. And so, I don't use a lot of professional equipment. I do have like a teleprompter. If you see behind me, I do have a teleprompter set up behind me. I don't know what side it's on. I think it's on. Yes, on that side. I do have, but usually I just use my iPhone. I use my webcam to make the majority of my videos. The video on my right, that's just using my webcam in my home office. So that picture is very similar to the image that you might be seeing tonight. Where I'm just sitting in front of my webcam. I just sit and talk. I have a Facebook group where I provide weekly Q&As and I provide feedback from my audience. And so I don't use a whole lot of high-end gear to make my videos, but yet you can compare what I've done to if we go back to Derek Halpern, right? I mean, he was in a professional studio paying $1,000 a video, but none of these folks, including myself, are paying $1,000 a video. So you don't need to have a huge budget to start making videos.
That's wonderful.
All right. Now, what I discovered is all this the hard way, and this evening you get to cheat and get it the easy way. All right.
Mm.
So, what I'm going to share right now is the secret to creating engaging videos. So, how many of you guys are ready to learn the secret to creating engaging videos? Now, I do say, shh, it's a secret. So that means you can't tell everybody. All right. Since you're with Linda, I'm sharing this with you. You're the first. I mean, I just created this presentation like on Friday. So you're the first group of folks to even see this presentation. I created this for another group actually that I'm going to deliver tomorrow. So this is the first time I've ever given this presentation. So I think there's going to be a lot of jewels that I'm going to drop with you. So these are the keys. All right. So first of all, you have to have production value. I'm explaining exactly what that means in just a second here, but you have to have production value within your video content. You have to have confidence both in your abilities to produce your video and in delivering your message. You need to have some equipment. So of course, since we're talking about making videos, like I couldn't be sharing this content right with you right now, even if I didn't have a little bit of equipment, right? If I didn't have some lighting, if I didn't have a webcam, if I didn't have a microphone, it just wouldn't be as high quality for you. So you do have to invest in a little bit of equipment. And then it's important to create an emotional connection with your audience. And you have via storytelling, and I'm going to get more into storytelling in just a second, but those are the really ingredients to doing that. And this is really important. You must know your audience and their pain point. You have to know your audience and what solution you're providing. So I assume that you're all in business because
Absolutely.
you're with Linda, right? So I know you all are business owners, or maybe you're starting a business. And of course, if you're in a business, what are you doing? Well, you're providing a solution. Your service provides a solution, and that means that if you're providing a solution, that your audience or your customers or your leads have a problem. So that's why it's important to know your audience and their pain, because then you create content that caters to solving their pain point. And that's really the key. So if you can add production value, you create videos with confidence, you have the equipment, create that emotional connection. That's really the key to winning with DIY video content. All right. But what exactly is production value? What do I mean by production value? So there's a few things that come into production value. It's the overall video quality. So are you using so it's what your location is. So what's your background? So I'm in my home office, obviously. I do say it's so your background is important, but for my background right now, it's a little more artsy fartsy, right? I have my diploma, I have some trophies and some other artwork on the back here. I think I Buddha over my shoulder here because I got to be in a state of Zen. I like having a peaceful, relaxful space. I have a little mood light behind me to create a little relaxing environment. But your environment has to reflect your brand at the end of the day, which I feel like it does for me, right? Hopefully you feel like it does. You can leave a comment if you don't think it's appropriate. But I also have some different setups in my home office that I can use. I can shoot reverse so you can see the camera's actually facing me. So if I turn around, it will actually show my monitors and my video production setup so I can make a little more official looking videos, all right? So you have to have your location, then you have to have your equipment, and then the other part of your video production value is just using the correct professional video production technique. So watching your framing, making sure you're using your light correctly, making sure your microphone is placed at the right location to sufficiently capture your sound. All those things are really, really important with having the production value. So does that make sense to you? I hope it does. Put a
Good
yes in the
stuff.
comments
Yes.
if this makes sense to you, why it's important to have production value. And if this makes sense, if these different points make sense to you as well. All right, so now what exactly is confidence? So I should have just posed the question first and let you put your own definition of confidence, but okay, I provided the answer there. This is my definition. This is my definition of what it means to be confident in terms of making a video. So it's believing in your message and telling stories in your authentic voice without fear. That's what I believe that confidence is when it comes to making videos. It's knowing what the gear is and how to use it. So those two things make it video confidence. So it's both believing your message, telling stories in your authentic voice without fear, and it's knowing what gear to use and how to use it. Now, I am going to tell a quick story here because I like telling stories. So let me see if I can turn this share off for a second. All right, so I didn't really tell this as I was setting up, but I've worked in broadcasting for about 20 plus years, like I said, and my first life in the news business, I worked as a news reporter. And I was a very young news reporter working in a big market. I was my second job out of college. I was working in Tampa, Florida. Now I live in Atlanta currently. That's the 10th largest market in the nation. Tampa is the 13th largest market. The market is actually bigger than Miami, believe it or not.
Mm.
So it was a really big market. And it was my second job out of college. I was hired to be a reporter trainee. And I was really over my head. And I didn't know it until I started reporting. So of course, when I got to the job interview, I was like, I can do this job. I can be a news reporter. And who wouldn't think that news reporting is easy, right? Because you watch people on the news presenting the information and they make it look easy. I was
Yeah,
a
they make it
I
look
was a
easy.
small fish in a big pond. I was really over my head, and I quickly realized how challenging and how difficult it was to sound credible, to speak in my own natural voice. So when I first started reporting, I suffered from severe anxiety. I would panic. I would have panic attacks every time I would go live. So I couldn't talk to you like I'm talking now. Like if I was going live on television, I wouldn't be talking like I'm talking right now, like with confidence. Like I would struggle, I would stumble, I would say, I would have my notes, and as soon as the anchor would toss to me, I'll forget what I was gonna say. And I did this neck snap thing where I'd be like tied to my notes. And I have a couple of videos of me on air where you can see this happening where like I looked like I knew what I was gonna say. And then as soon as the anchor goes to me, I was like, and I looked down and then I kind of try to get it back together. And what happened was one of my fellow photographers, one day I was at his house and it was like the weekend. I was helping him move. He was like, Amani, what's going on with you, bro? Because I struggled for like, it was going on for 3 or 4 years. Like I really, really struggled. I wasn't really getting any better. I was slowly making slow improvements, but I really wasn't figuring it out. So finally, this photographer was like, Amani, what's going on with you, bro? Like, why are you struggling like this? I was like, man, like, I don't know, man. Like, no one's really helping me. Like, and the news director told me I was going to sink or swim. And if I wasn't just like drowning, like slowly drowning, like treading water, and like the water was going in my nose, that's really what it felt like. And so this photographer, he was like, well, look, I'm going to help you if no one else has really helped you. And what it was that someone gave me some advice to be like a particular reporter. And this particular reporter was like a hardcore old school journalist where everything was like super stylized and he had a hardcore delivery. And that really wasn't my personality. Like hopefully you see my personality now where I'm just kind of laid back. I like presenting, I'm passionate about video, but you know, it wasn't really meshing with me. So one day Rod was like, look, Amani, I know that this person told you to be like this reporter, but he's not really like your personality. Why don't you try to be more like this particular anchor? And now he wasn't saying like copy his style. What he was saying was like, your personality is more like his personality. He's like, why don't you try to be cool like him? And as soon as he said that, the light bulb kind of went off. And I realized that I could just be myself on the news, presenting information in my own authentic voice. And if I didn't rapidly figure it out from then, so I went on to be, I went on to have a successful news career. I did reports for Fox News Channel, for CNN. I've been featured across different networks. I was able to cover a bunch of live stories and breaking news, and I had some fun as well. And that was all because Rod really helped shape me up. And I actually asked my news director, I was like, did you guys have any conversations about pulling me from the air when I was really struggling? He was like, well, he's like, there were some folks that really wondered if you were going to make it. And there were some conversations, but I was against that because, we knew you were green. We knew that you were kind of fresh to reporting and you finally made it. You figured it out. And so, I thank the station because if I know that if I would have started like in Atlanta under the same circumstances, I probably would have been pulled from the air and wouldn't have had a chance to be successful as a news reporter. So that's just my story about how I went from being very fearful, very anxious, I struggled and how I went on to become successful. And it was all because I learned how to speak in my own authentic voice. All right. So that's really all you have to do. So I'm going to hop back in the slides, but I did just want to share that testimony with you because I feel like it's important to understand.
Yeah, that's good information because a lot of times we think that, the world, everybody is doing it but us. Everybody is, everybody has confidence but us. I think it's good when I learned that even Oprah still gets butterflies before she
Oh,
goes on camera. That's a
and you
good
know,
thing.
I even saw, and I even saw an article from Bill Belichick, who's like the head coach of the Patriots, and he said that before big games, he still gets anxious. He was like, he
Yeah,
still gets nervous.
everybody does. It's a common response. It's a human response. And
It
so
really,
learning how to meter it, learning how to mitigate the damage it does is a great thing. And I think that's what you do. That's where you come in, to adding the confidence and letting us know what gears to use and how to use them.
oh, definitely, definitely. And the thing is, fear can be paralyzing as well. That's really what I experienced in my early days. It was really paralyzing. And I've worked with people who As soon as they were ready to try to make videos because their mind would go blank, they really struggled. And so a lot of times it's just the right mentoring, right? So the mentor that helped me, like what I did was I distilled his advice and his suggestions, and I just started talking to people about their challenges. I was like, well, what did I do to finally figure it out on camera? And I kind of reverse engineered it, and I came up with a process. And for students who are really challenged, that's what I help people with, is how to present their information. Like going live on Facebook, right? It might sound daunting to you, but really, if you just follow some simple steps, it can become easy. Let's see here. I just got a message. Do you want to leave this meeting? You still hear me, Linda?
No, you're fine. You're
Okay,
fine. I don't know where that came from.
I'll cancel that then, and I will keep going. Is that, let me see here. Did it reset? Hold on a second. Did it stop my screen share?
Yeah, I don't have your screen share.
Okay, let me start it again. Hold on a second.
There you are.
Okay, cool. All right, so let's talk about the affordable equipment now, right? So what can you use if you just want to really get started? Well, believe it or not, your iPhone, your mobile device is a great camera or phone to start with. A lot of these mobile devices, they shoot in 1080 HD. Some of them even shoot in 4K these days. And if you want to create if you want to just go live at home, if you're using your webcam on Facebook, you can use your webcam. Those are the two pieces of equipment that I say get started with, just your webcam or your phone. All right. But you need some other equipment there. So I suggest that you use a mobile mic. And there's one that I suggest. I actually have one right here. Can you still see me on camera here?
Yes.
Let me do this because I'm probably small on the screen.
That's what I'm actually using myself. Is the mic, this mic?
Oh, nice. So you have one.
Absolutely.
So the mic that I suggest is called the Rode Smart Lav. And this, I don't know how many of you guys can see my video on screen, but it's just a small clip on lapel mic. It works really well. You just plug it in. You might need to get your little, if you have an iPhone, you'll need to get the lightning port adapter, which looks like this. Let me just bring it up for you. You'll need to get the lightning port adapter, but it just plugs right into the lightning port. You clip it on and it works really well. So that's what I suggest if you want to make videos with your mobile device. Microphones are important because you don't the cameras take pretty good audio as long as the camera is close to your face. But if any sort of distance between you and your device, the more hollow your voice is going to sound, and you want people to hear you. Believe it or not, audio is even more important than the video in a lot of cases. If you can't hear the person, what's the point of it, right? Well, let's say you went to the movies and you couldn't hear none of the actors. You probably walk out the theater.
Right. And most people listen to videos with the sound, where they are just listening to it and not really looking at it.
I do that a lot of times. I might be driving and I'm listening to my device, right? I'm listening to the audio in my car, and I'm not even watching the video. I'm just listening to the information. And then if you're doing a webcam video, it's important to use I say a USB microphone. Now, for those of you who are interested, I do have a affordable gear guide that I can share with you. If you hang out with us till the end, I'm gonna tell you exactly how you can get it from me. I'll send it to you. But then in addition to that, if you want to make your videos with your iPhone, you need to get a tripod, adapter, and I have one on that particular tripod that's behind me, so I can't show it to you right now. You need a tripod adapter and a tripod, and then you need some lights. And I suggest you use a ring light or a clamp light. I'm actually using clamp lights right now to illuminate my face. And those are really affordable options if you just really want to get started. And my affordable gear guide has all the equipment, has all this equipment in it, and it has links to it, so you don't have to worry about what exactly is Amani talking about. If you put a 1 in the comments, I'll make sure I'll go back and I'll reach out to you directly if you want to get that, and I'll tell you how you can get that also for me.
Thank you.
Let me.
This is good information, because when I talk about, so I teach a class on Mondays, and I was telling them about video, and they all, you can tell when people are not really engaged because their eyes glaze over. You're like, oh boy, no, not that, anything but that. So this is very timely, very good information.
Awesome. I'm really glad for that. All right, so this is the other part of um, creating production value, right, is the emotional connection. Now, how do you create an emotional connection? Well, you do that by telling stories that change beliefs. So at the beginning of this presentation, what do? I address some of the common myths about video production, right? I share a solution. You can build rapport. You can establish authority. Those are all things. And you tell stories, and by telling stories, you can do all those things very seamlessly. And by telling stories of maybe your past success from your students, by having testimonials from them, by sharing problems and solutions, by offering your solution to people, those will always build that emotional connection to make you the trusted authority, right? Because at the end of the day, you just want, if you know you provide a service that's valuable, people have to know, like, and trust you to want to spend that money with you, right? I mean,
Absolutely.
that's pretty basic, right, to business, Linda. I would assume you
Oh
teach
yeah,
that, right?
absolutely. No, like and trust. Those are three factors. They
Those are the
count.
three things. And video can really accelerate that. I'm sure that even by watching this presentation, you're watching me, you're like, okay, this guy kind of knows a little bit about what he's talking about, a little bit, right? So,
They saw your creds in the beginning, so I'm sure I had more people jump on even just to see the creds. So they're in there.
all right, cool, cool. So let's keep it moving now. And if you do have questions, I'm going to answer all your questions at the end, so don't worry about that. So I'm going to tell a story because maybe you're wondering how my solution can work for you, right? So I like to tell stories through my students' eyes. So when I first started developing my training program, it's called Video Fearless. I have a Video Confidence School as my main training program that helps people become camera confident, and it also teaches people this affordable equipment, how you can create professional high quality videos with just minimal investment. So Misty Harris, she calls herself the well-mannered mom. She's a parenting and etiquette and life skills coach. So she helps parents as well as their children do everything from cooking meals to teaching kids like how to have etiquette, sit at the table, use their manners when eating meals, etc. And so when
Yeah.
I connected with her, and we connected in a Facebook group, and she said we had a conversation. I think I posted a message, hey, is anybody really challenged with making videos? I'd like to talk to you, because I was just doing some research at the time. And so she said, after I talked to her, she said that her main problem was that she had no video tech skills. So she didn't know the first thing about making videos. And she didn't have any confidence when it came to sharing her message. She, in fact, have you heard of imposter syndrome, where
Oh yeah.
people who are starting businesses, they might feel like, who am I to provide this solution or to provide this service or even to make this video, because I'm really not an authority. Like, there are a lot of people on YouTube already making videos about this subject. Like, why would I want to jump in the fray and add my voice to the mix, because I'm really a nobody? That's really what
Right.
imposter syndrome is. And so she had a lot of self-doubt and fear around sharing her information. So I told her about my program, and she said, I'm in. If you can fix my fears of being in front of the camera, I will sing your praises. And so, Misty, she went through my program, and as soon as she went and finished, she actually caught fire. So part of my program, I teach people how to go live on Facebook, and how to message, how to remember their information, how to structure their information so they're able to deliver. Because, you don't want to go live on Facebook just for like 2 minutes. You want to go for like 8 to 10 minutes, because that way your audience will build and people kind of come in and out of the chat. So you want to go live for at least 8 minutes. So I teach folks how to do that, and how to, maintain their focus and talk
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
people, because it is a skill, right?
It
And
is
so
definitely a skill.
it really is. And what Missy said, she left this testimonial for me afterwards. She said, I actually look forward to doing a live video. She said, I met Amani late last year, and after talking to him, progressed quickly through his Video Fearless course. I have to say that his methods and guidance made me such a better online presenter than I could have imagined. I actually enjoyed and look forward to doing live video. He helped my business in so many ways, because I refused to go on before taking his course because I didn't feel prepared or confident. He's an expert in his field, and his encouragement is helpful to get you moving in the right direction. Thanks, Amani. And so, I mean, just to be able to take a person who doesn't find value in their own message, or doesn't have a voice, or doesn't feel like their voice is valuable, right? Because at the end of the day, we want to just be listened to. Especially if you're in business, you want to have an audience. You want to know that you're impacting lives. And what she left a video testimony for me, and what she said was that after starting to make videos, she realized that it's not about who you are. It's about, are you helping your audience with something that
Absolutely.
they're having a problem with?
We
And
have
at
to
the end
stop
of the
making it
day,
about us. Yeah.
at the end of the day, that's really what it's about. And so, even though you might have a lot of, you might hold back from sharing your information because you might be worried about how you look or sound, or that you don't know what you're doing. If you really just start doing it and start taking action, you're going to find that action will conquer the fear.
It will.
It really will. All right. So these are some other folks that I've helped over the years. Chip Desard is he's a destination film wedding photographer and videographer. When I first met Chip, he was a web developer, and so I met him actually on YouTube. He's one of the first people that I ever connected with on YouTube. This is back in like 2006 or seven, and he reached out to me he was like after we connected, he was like, man, he kind of realized that I knew a little bit about what I was talking about, so I kind of mentored him over the years, and now he's like taken off. So he says, you helped me develop my production and speaking on camera skills. When I first started working with Chip, he just was a little bit awkward, right? When it came to speaking on camera. And he's like, Amani, I'm just not like you. I'm not a news reporter. I just don't know what to say. I just don't feel comfortable. I was like, look, Chip, it's not about being like me. It's about being yourself.
Yeah.
And so, a lot of times you just need that assurance, right? That it's okay to be you on
Oh yeah.
camera. And so now he uses videos to mentor and coach. He does live streams. He goes on live on Instagram, Facebook. He says, I wouldn't be where I am without your guidance. And actually, he said that I think 70 to 85% of his new customers come from his social media presence.
Mm.
So, and that's just all from, like I basically got him going, but once I handed the ball to him, it's up
He
to my
took off.
students to take it to the finish line, right?
Absolutely.
So kudos to Chip. Lisa Blagoff, she's one of the members of my Video Confidence Accelerator, which is my Facebook group. She said that funny how the littlest of finds can make your day. I found a microphone set up for my iPhone and ordered it from Amazon. She said, thanks for the recommendation. She started doing videos for her business page, and most of my videos needed some audio correction or enhancement. Now I have the device to make it happen. Can't wait for the next video day. So,
Perfect.
it's not like a huge life-changing testimonial, but just
But
on
that's
little.
life changing for them because they're going from not being able to do it, and it's clearly affecting her business.
Awesome. Exactly. So, for me, I'm just like, hey, she's like, hey, Monty, what microphones do you suggest? And I kind of did a little bit of research. I said, try this one. And she's been raving about this wireless. It's a wireless iPhone microphone is what she's been using. She's been raving about it ever since I made the small suggestion. So, once again, and then Kathy Berardi, she's a marketer here in Atlanta. She said, Amani, you're a great instructor and mentor in my professional development as a video producer and digital marketer. The lessons you share are always right on time and easy to put in practice. Out of any other course or workshop I've invested in as a postgraduate business professional, your classes have by far achieved my highest return on investment. So these are just examples of what can happen if you just implement some of the basic tips and suggestions. And I'll encourage all of you to, take a little bit of time to put into action some of these tips and suggestions that I've made. So I wanted to review and recap everything that I've gone over tonight with you, because remember, it's important to have production value. It's really important to have the equipment, to have the background, to know how to use the equipment, to have a little bit of confidence when it comes to making videos. All right. And to create that emotional connection is really important. You must know your audience, their pain, and provide value to them. All right. So at this point, I did want to open it up to, Q&A. So I can exit out of this presentation. And if people do have any questions, I'd love to answer them. And if not, I can just tell people how they can get my free equipment guide, if that's fine.
Okay. So I don't have any questions in. Let me go because this is what I missed last time when I was doing it as a as a watch party. My watch party participants didn't have questions, but then
Okay.
I went to my Facebook page
And they
and
were
oh,
plenty.
there was
Yep.
a lot of questions. So if you are on the watch party and if you have questions, go over to the LSMB Business Solutions page and I'll get your questions answered because I'm getting ready to close the watch party right now.
And I can let me try to get into your Facebook group. What is it? LSMB?
LSMB Business Solutions. And so I'm now over here in the Facebook page. Hey, oh, okay. So Bill Macy, my friend Bill, him and his wife run the restaurant. They run Time Away, but they also have the restroom kit. And I should have had it here. But they're one of my sponsors going to Cameroon next week, going to Africa next week.
Oh,
I
that's
appreciate
awesome.
you guys. Yeah. So he's on. He's saying this is me. So I'm asking him. So Bill, if you have questions, go ahead and put your questions in, and Amani would be glad to answer them for you.
Definitely. And if anyone else has any questions, please,
Yeah, Margaret. So Margaret Hodge is on as well. So Margaret, if you have questions, hey Bill. So if you have questions, go ahead and put your questions on while I got him because and while we're waiting on them to put their questions in, Amani, tell them how they can get in touch with you.
Yeah, so a couple of ways. So you can always just email me at amani.channel@gmail.com. But aside from that, if you'd like some additional support or some guidance in your video making, I have a Facebook group called the Video Confidence Accelerator. So write that down. Video Confidence Accelerator should pop right up. And you can always friend me on Facebook. It's Amani Channel. But join my Video Confidence Accelerator, and that'd be the best way because I provide critiques, techniques, and tips to help you become camera confident through my group. And
Absolutely.
specifically, I help both. I help specifically, like a lot of my students are actually introverted because believe it or not, I'm an introvert. And you might be saying, well, why? A lot of folks who are extroverted are like, why don't you help extroverts as well? Well, it's because I'm an introvert, first of all, and I know a lot of the challenges that introverts face. That's not to say that my formula and my techniques will not help extroverts as well, because my process actually is universal. But it's just that I found that a lot of folks who are attracted to me are introverted like me. But if you join my Facebook group, it's called the Video Confidence Accelerator first and foremost. And then I'll also, if you like to, if you download my free ebook, go to videofearless.co/ebook. And anyone who books you'll be prompted to book a free 15-minute consultation call with me. And
Oh,
anyone
thank
who
you.
books a call with me, I'll send you my affordable gear guide as well as my video confidence lesson, one of my video confidence lessons from my course called the Speak Easy Solution. And so,
Mm,
of course, it's not available publicly, but anyone who downloads my ebook, and don't worry that it's for introverts, because actually my formula, like I said, it works for introverts and extroverts. But it's a really easy to read guide. You can read it in like 20 minutes. It's chock full. I share 6 secrets to help you become camera confident. I also have an affordable gear guide in that particular guide, as well as a production checklist that are all in there. So if you want to download that, I would suggest you that you go to videofearless.co. That's
okay.
videofearless.co/ebook. You can download my guide, and then you'll be prompted to book a 15-minute free confidence coaching call. And if anyone who books a call with me at any time, whenever you see this, I'll be more than happy to send you my affordable gear guide and my
Absolutely.
free
I'm going to
video.
put the link on this video. Like after we're done, I'll go back
Okay,
and put all your contact information on the video so they can reach out to you.
awesome. I really appreciate that,
Yeah,
Linda.
but there's been great information. You have like uplifted, up leveled my whole crew. So any of my people that are seeing this and following this, if this is your struggle, I'm bringing you solutions. That's how I got to be called the business plug. Is because I just plugged you in to a money channel who can help you if you are struggling to get your video game up. I just gave you the plug.
Oh, I like that. I like
I
the
just
struggling
gave
to
you
get
the
your
plug.
video game up. I might have to use that,
Yeah.
Linda.
Yeah, absolutely. And while we're here, I need to make sure that I tell you about the two books, right? The one about building your own business, the BYOB, and then the one that got all this started is the you can get it in the library. It is the Well Ran Dry Memoirs of a Motherless Child. It's in all the libraries in the United States for the asking by the author and the name of the book, The Well Ran Dry Memoirs of Motherless Child. And so at this time, Amani, if you will hold on, I'm going to go ahead and close this out. Is there one last thing that you want them to know? Amani?
Yes, I'm sorry. I was getting some
Okay,
feedback.
that's okay. That's okay. Is there anything that you want them to know? One last thing?
No, just that action conquers fear. That's really the message that I want to share with you. So if you have a cell phone, just start, playing around with it. Just have some fun. Start sharing your story. If you want to start going live on Facebook on your personal Facebook page, just try to go live for 2 to 5 minutes. And if you're really struggling, if you're like, man, I really don't feel comfortable, please reach out to someone like me. Reach out to Linda. I'm sure she'll be more than happy to connect me with you.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
there are folks. I want to say there are folks out there that are more than happy to help you become successful, because I really believe that if you're not using video to promote, to market your business, to get your message out there, you're really missing out. You can really 10x your influence, your authority, your sales through video marketing. And going live on Facebook, creating videos for YouTube, having an online presence are really essential these days. Like if you're not creating videos, you almost don't exist in terms of online. So
Absolutely.
just get out there, put yourself out there. Don't be afraid to do so. And if you're really having challenges, reach out to someone like me or another professional who can help you out.
Absolutely. Well, thank you. And again, I will post his information on the top of this video. Please, if you are struggling, Now I'm going to be coming back and testing because yesterday I did a coffee and coaching, and I know at least two or three people that attended who are watching right now have have mentioned that okay, that's a struggle. I need to work with that. So I expect there's at least three people who I've seen as recently as in the last 24 hours that said they need you. I want them to reach out to you. So I'm going to make sure I put the link here. We thank you for bringing your expertise to the Business Mixer. We love that. I love that you gave all types of good. I mean, that was just nuggets falling all kind of ways that they could use, and I hope they got them. In any case, they can get this on the replay. If you're watching this on the replay, go ahead and put replay. And if you have questions that you haven't answered here, because introverts, you're kind of shy. But if you have questions, if you have questions that you haven't answered here, then I'm going to put the link so you can ask him directly, and we won't see it. I promise I won't look.
And
So
I'll ask one more thing. If you found value out of this presentation, I'd love to get a testimonial from you. So if you just want to post one in the group or under this video,
absolutely,
please feel free to just post however I blessed you, if I did bless you or not. I love to hear from you just because that helps me help others by you sharing your
it
experience
does.
by hearing from me and learning from me.
It does. And yeah, so you're welcome to put your comments and your questions below. Even if you want, so if you are not wanting to get your name, because some people I know introverts, I get you. So put it in my inbox and I'll make sure that he gets it. I'll make sure whatever you say, I'll make sure he gets it because I am so grateful that you brought it. And then we get to see it before the group. So I'm loving that. We get the preview. But you can't
Don't
tell
tell them.
people.
Don't tell them,
Can't tell
Linda.
anybody. No, I won't tell. I
You'll
promise
see
you I
the
won't
same thing
tell.
tomorrow night.
Yeah, in the group. Yeah. So this is a part of my TSP family. I am so grateful that you said yes to my invitation, and you're going to help my followers move faster, quicker, better, and I love that. So. Uh, we will see you next Saturday at, excuse me, next Sunday at 7. The Business Plug mixes every Sunday night at 7 o'clock, and we try to bring you content and professionalism that helps you move on your journey. My name is Linda Murray Bullard. They call me the Business Plug. I just plugged you into a Amani channel. You guys have a great night. Amani, if you hang on.
Good night, everybody.